everyone. Welcome to Brunswick History 101. This is our first session, our first of many sessions, to discuss the history of Brunswick. And we're going to go back and start very early, and we're going to talk about the geology of Brunswick. And if I can, we're actually on the second floor. This is our local history floor, and I'd like to point you into a great exhibit that was created by the help of a gentleman by the name of Dan Rowe. And let me point you here to our first panel, which talks about geology and Brunswick's location and what happened here 300 million years ago. The Appalachians were as high as today's Himalayas. And then 30 million years ago, the Appalachians worn down to low hills. The Potomac River meandered among the hills and the plains. And going down to our second panel, 15 million years ago, 1,000 feet of additional uplift happened. The Potomac River cut through the gaps and through the uplifted ridges. And that is what we have today, this wonderful, beautiful river, which is one of Brunswick's biggest assets, created water gaps through the mountain ridges. And they remain. And Brunswick is a calm site between the ridges and the gaps. And that geology will lead us into Brunswick's settling and human activity over the last 1,000 years. So the geology is what really gives way to what we're going to talk about in our next chapter of Brunswick History 101, which is our earliest people here, the Native Americans. But Brunswick was situated along, or is situated along, the Potomac River, the hard rock base of the ancient mountains, which we're going to go over some of those hard rock bases here in just a little bit. Shallow, minimal rapids, access via the low river terraces, north and south shores, and the logical location for the Native American fish traps that were put in, German settlers that forded the Potomac to Virginia. It made for the location for the canal and the rail routes through the mountains. The Union Army using this area for Civil War camp, resupply, crossing the Potomac, and then the river bridge crossing, multiple river bridges. So you can see how the geology actually played out to basically being the formation of why we're all here today. And a couple examples that we have here on the table for those hard rock bases is example of quartz. And then we also have some examples of other rocks, other minerals, and including granite. So that is the first video in our Brunswick History 101 session, geology, the geology of Brunswick. If you ever have any questions, please post them at the bottom of this post. You can direct message us, and if I forgot anything or you want to add your own comments, please feel free to do so. This is interactive. And our next session, our session 2, will be on the local Native Americans who populated the area we now know as Brunswick. Thank you all very much.